Hey guys, welcome to Impact. So in this video series, we have been looking at UPSC Mains 2022 discussion. So as promised earlier, we'll be continuing with the discussion. So in this video, we are going to look at GS paper 3 discussion. We will see 3 questions in GS paper 3. So this is a part 1 of the discussion. So we'll be looking at 3 questions. So first, let's look at the first question. So again, as discussed earlier, we won't be discussing each and every point of the answer, or we will be discussing the general approach. And we'll also do some analysis of what this of whether it's a totally new type of question, or UPSC has already asked this question or not. So why is PPP required in infrastructure projects? Examine the role of PPP in redevelopment of railway stations in India. So this project is direct. PPP is not a new project at all. We have a separate line item, the GS3 syllabus, called as investment models. There we'll be reading about different types of PPP, including the latest hybrid annuity model. And PPP has long been in the game in Indian economy over past 1 or 2 decades, both in good part and bad part. They have been delivered, or we have been able to push for projects in a very fast forward way. At the same time, there has been also some problems with PPP projects. For example, a huge chunk of NPA in banks has been this infrastructure projects. So they have been in the news continuously, and it is also, it's a directly line item. It has been in the news continuously. UPSC is not asking this question for the first time. UPSC has asked this question over in different forms in various, already previously they have asked in over previous years. So this is almost a direct model. So earlier they had asked about shipping, earlier they had asked about airport development. So here now this year they have been asking about railway station. So first, to introduce the answer, we can write PPP, or we can give some examples of recent successful examples of where PPP has been successful. We can take the road sector, we can take the airport sector, where it has been successful and where we have been able to see huge gains. So next, we'll start a subheading and we'll write, underline, and we'll start writing the points. Why is PPP required in infrastructure projects? So as you all know, it is because government does not have enough money. Its resources are first limited. Government are not the experts. They don't have enough technical manpower. They are not technically very sound. They do not possess the latest technological knowledge, which is all there in private partnerships or private companies. Now, what government can do here is it can make sure that all acquisitions, all clearances, everything has been given properly to the party. So if a government is able to do some things what it is very good at, and if a private player is coming and doing what he is very good at, ultimately we'll have better projects, better outcomes. So this is a general idea of why do we need PPP projects in India. So along with this, we can also discuss with these points some other examples also. And we have been implementing PPP in various models. We can write about these models, that is BOT or hybrid annuity model, and we can implement or give 1 or 2 examples of where they have been recently implemented. So moving to the next part of the question, examine the role of PPP model in redevelopment of railway stations in India. So railway stations, as we all know, it is not up to the mark as how our aspirations of Indian citizens should be. If you can even, there have been reports in the newspaper which says that freight trains, it takes for a very long time for one freight train to deload all of its goods and move so that the next train can come and send. This causes a lot of delays in the station. So this is one example. Similarly, starting from cleanliness or for other amenities available in the railway station, our railway stations are not at par with our aspirations of general people, or even for the requirements of our economy. So here, where can PPP play a role? Now, it is almost in the similar way of how airports has been going on. So airports has been given in a PPP model. It is being maintained. They earn some revenue, which the government gets a share of it. And ultimately, it is the government that will be holding or running the actual PPP or the airport. It is not that airport itself will be privatized. So similar model we can adopt here. So what we'll get efficiency gain. It will increase competition. It will increase investment. Government has limited investment. It will increase investments. It will also promote modernization. Now, when all this is done, overall, it will have a multiplier effect in the economy. So whether it's a out of the blue topic, no, it was not out of the blue topic. So last year, our Prime Minister went and inaugurated the redeveloped Gandhinagar station, which was done on this model. So based on that, a lot of talk has been there saying that this is going to be done in a very large scale across the railway stations of India. And recently, this month, October also, around 60 new railway stations are proposing to be redeveloped. So we can write that, we can examine their role, where can they help, what is their current, since they have asked about examine, where can they help, what is the current status, what are also the pitfalls or negatives that has happened in other PPP projects, similar PPP projects, which we need to avoid here and how we can overcome and move on. So that will be the general structure of your answer. Moving on to the next one. Again, inclusive growth. Multiple times, again, directly from the line item in GS paper 3 syllabus. It has been asked multiple times by UPSC. Again, this is again another almost a straight question, direct question. Is inclusive growth possible under a market economy? State the significance of financial inclusion achieving economic growth in India. So you have to broadly divide your answer into two, and you have to give equal importance to both. If you are not doing that, proportionately marks will be reduced. So first we can start our answer by talking about inclusive growth. What is inclusive growth? What is a market economy? That is one way to start. Or we can start with saying that what is the current status of, let us say, what is the current status of unemployment, or how the lower rung of population in our country, they are not able to participate in this globalized economy or globalized market economy. So based on any of that, you can start your answer. So then you will, if you're starting it with the statistics, then you will come and explain what is inclusive growth, what is a market economy. Now, whether is inclusive growth possible under a market economy? We have had a lot of evidences which says, no, it is not possible. Why? Because in a market economy, whoever is capable, whoever has a lot of resources at his disposal, he will always reign supreme in a market economy. It has a tendency to promote inequality. It has a tendency to promote monopoly of the various sectors. Let us take for an example, health and education sector. Imagine there are no government schools or government hospitals there. And imagine if, we can ask whether the lower rung of section of the society where they'll be able to access both of these things. So it raises a huge question mark. So here somewhere some state intervention is required, and that is how a mixed economy model overall, not only here, overall across the globe countries have developed. So you can justify your answer based on the facts. You can say that since 1990s, it has promoted a jobless growth. Tilt towards market economy has promoted jobless growth. You can take examples of other countries also. So then you can justify this part of the answer. The second part of the answer, state the significance of financial inclusion in achieving economic growth. And again, a very basic question, a direct question. This we can write paragraphs and paragraphs also on this particular area. So here I have just taken up some of the four basic products. For example, let us take agriculture. If a farmer wants to invest, he needs a loan, and that loan must be given at affordable rate of interest, which only the formal financial institutions will be able to give. If he is going to a money lender, he won't be getting a fair agreement or a fair interest rate. So for his development, we need loan. In case some mishap is happening, if he has insurance, it will protect him. It won't let him fall into the poverty trap. And savings, as you know, bank promote savings, it gives good returns. And if he has been able to save some money with pension, old age, he doesn't have to worry much. He can live his life peacefully. Now, this is not investment in the term of loan is not only required only for the business development. In today's world, if you want to pursue even a higher education, you need investment. You need a good sum of money. So if you're not a capable person, you will not be again able to participate in today's economy and get benefited out of it, and again push the economy or work towards the nation building or work as a part of the economy. So without financial inclusion, it is literally not possible to achieve a good financial growth. So you can give examples, you can write about the government schemes that has been already given: Jan Dhan Yojana, Suraksha Bima Yojana, Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. And additional the conclusion, you can write what more can be done to make this better, to increase its reach, and you can conclude your answer. Next one, again, already it has been asked, again UPSC have asked again a straight question. What are the major challenges of PDS system in India? So as soon as we tell PDS, our things that come to our mind is leakage, corruption, wastages, ghost beneficiaries, and all that. But here we should not forget about the procurement side of things. So the PDS includes not only giving by the government, it includes from the procurement from the farm gate till it reaches the end beneficiary. So here in procurement, what is happening? Procurement is happening only in some states. It is not happening in a large way in other states. Some states are getting more benefit. Some states are not getting any benefit. Some states, somewhere it is getting promoted, and it is traveled across so much distance, and it is being distributed in other states. During transportation, we'll have a lot of loss, wastage. The cost of procurement increases when the cost of, if you are doing procurement, or that is how procurement happens in northern India. Some parts of northern India we procure through middlemen, so that increases the cost of procuring. And our PDS system itself is based on rice and wheat. In this process, this causes both water table exhaustion, plus we have a lot of micronutrient deficiency in our population. So these are some of the challenges in our existing PDS. The list will even go big. So what are some of the improvements? Biofortification, a pilot project has been taken place. We can do that on a large scale. Now we can do decentralized procurement. For example, we need it in one particular state in Eastern India or Northeast. First, let us procure from there and distribute from there. Only whatever is a shortage, we should get it from the neighboring state. Then we should go across some other states. So that we can definitely try. The Shantakumar committee report told about DBT. At least for the urban people, we can, instead of giving rice, we can directly transfer cash. So other than this storage, we need to increase our storage. We can have GPS-based systems when trucks are being transporting the goods. End-to-end computerization, which is again a pilot project in some of the states. This will reduce the transparency or increase transparency, reduce leakages and corruption. Some form of social audit can also be introduced in all these ration shop and selection of beneficiaries. So here again, in addition, we can write what some of the schemes that government has already taken to improve the PDS, and what more, or immediately, urgently, what more is required. So that is all for this video. We'll be coming up with further questions in the upcoming videos. Thank you.